Hi YouTube friends, it's Lee here. Welcome to another day of DEPHEMEREMBER. So we are up to the prompt for the 18th, and it is mini pocket letter and specimen. And in the words of Louisa Heinzel, I went, holy crap, what's a mini pocket letter? Sorry, Louisa. But I had no idea what these things were, and I had to Google it. So I think I've got a little bit of an idea now, but how am I going to adapt that to this? We'll see how I go. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know what DEPHEMEREMBER is, it's an open challenge running throughout December, and it's hosted by Louisa Heinzel and Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. There's a link to their channels in my video description box, so you can click on that and you'll find all the freebies that they're offering you. So let me see. Let's go and have a recap on what I did yesterday. I absolutely love this. A couple of people were a bit confused by this one. Thought that the video had ended too soon and that there was no conclusion to it. The prompt is tuck spot and cheese. So the camera is my tuck spot, and I just happened to make this as an extra. So say cheese, and bits of cheese are there, and that photo goes in the tuck spot. So hope that clears it up for everyone who's wondering. Okay, so this is what I did yesterday, and I'll absolutely love this, and I probably won't be able to get it all in, but I just wanted to recap with you what it was, because this is my favourite of all the ones that I've done so far. So it's flip out and old photos. So I've got a flip here that opens up to another flip here, which then this bit opens out. Oops. Down this way. Let me move along down. Hope you can see it. So we've got photos there flipping down. This flips out, and then that flips below it, and then that flips up. So I've got all those old photos in there, and yeah, I really love this one. So it all folds back up and goes in there. This is a toilet paper roll that I made this out of. So yeah, love it when I use a piece of rubbish to make something new. It's great. Okay, so getting back to the mini pocket letter and specimen. So a mini pocket letter, a pocket letter is, well, I've actually received a couple of these when I was in a swap group. So what it is, it's a sheet of, they're called trading card holders. They're usually plastic, so there'll be like maybe 3 across and 4 down, and they're like little plastic pockets, and you can put little bits of ephemera in them, and then you can fold it up, put it in an envelope, and send it to your friend, to your pen pal. So that's sort of what I'm going to do today. It's got to be small enough to fit in on my page, so I'm going to use a piece of this paper and ink this up, and then I have got a couple of ideas. I thought about printing off some pockets on an acetate, and then I saw this, so I'm thinking I will use, if I can get 9 of them to fit on the page, I'm going to go in 9s for 9. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is ink up this piece of paper. I should just cut it to the size I need it and then ink it up. Oh, be easier. Well, it's 6 1/4 wide. And how long? And it's 7 1/2. So if I go 6 1/2 by 5 1/2, I think that'll be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up. I'll just start with those 3 colours and see how I go. So I've got Stormy Sky, Tumbled Glass, and this one is a mica stain, and it's called Wicked Elixir. I've also got this gold water, and it's a block of gold watercolour paint. So I just use this old spray bottle Now I want to put some water on that, I think. Oh, it looks nice on there, on the black. I want it darker than that. It's not dark enough. I've got some ground espresso. I'll add that to it and see if it darkens it up. Okay, so this is going to be my pocket letter, this thing. I want to do something with this background. I've got this envelope that I blotted the ink off. I was playing with something. Doesn't matter what it was, but I was playing with something and I used this envelope to blot up the ink. So I'm thinking maybe a bit of that. So I've torn that envelope up and stuck all the pattern pieces around the edge, so that'll go on there like that. And I'm still not happy with the way this looks. I really don't like that green there. It's too limey. So I'm thinking I'm putting something else over that green. Maybe a bit more of this ground espresso. I really don't like that green. And I don't mind the blue, so if I go a bit more blue. And I want to do something around the edge of that paper. I thought about rounding the corners, but I do have this fancy little corner rounder, so I think I'll use that. I wonder if I'm tempting fate to do it while it's not quite dry. We'll find out, won't we? Well, that worked fine. Okay, so that needs to dry. So in the meantime, I'm going to find my things that I'm going to put in my imaginary pockets. Okay, so I've darkened that up as dark as I can get it. And I've got my little gifts that'll go in my pocket letter. So these will be in my pockets. And you also put in a letter from yourself. So I've got a little mini envelope there that represents the letter that I'm going to send to my person. And all I want to do now is to give them some sort of base to go on, something just like that, but that's too big for the page. So, and I wanted them to be all the same size, so I need to find something that'll fit in there. So maybe this, which is what I was going to print off in the first place, isn't such a bad idea, but it's too big that way. It's only paper. Would fit that way. Let me just have a look and see what happens. This definitely would fit. But would my items fit on there? They wouldn't, but would it matter? Probably not. I probably shouldn't have cut that off. Missing something. Oh, the letter. So how am I going to do that and still be able to see the piece? I'm going to have to print it onto acetate and then put these squares behind it. Okay. Going to do that. I'll print this off on a piece of acetate and then I will glue these squares onto the back. I'm not going to use that. How many times do you hear me say that? But I'm not going to use that. And I was looking through my scraps for something else to use. And I came across this, which is when I was doing the Maggie May thing. I did this up. It was swatches. And I was thinking, that doesn't look too bad, actually. That's the paper. That's the actual bit that I was going to use. But it doesn't matter that they don't fit completely into the squares, the rectangles. but I think I'm going to use that instead. What do you reckon? I think that's a good idea. So I'm going to get rid of this book from under my working surface for one thing. I'm starting to get frustrated. But don't worry, I won't swear. I promise. Yep, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to tear that there. And then I don't need this bottom bit. And I'm going, oh, I shouldn't have torn that the way I did, because this bit I mean, because I don't want it to have a straight edge on it, so I'm going to tear a bit more of it off. Tear that off. And tear this off. I had actually been waiting for the opportunity to use this, and had forgotten it was even in my scrap box, which isn't surprising given what is in there and the mess that it's in. As you would have seen if you watched my video yesterday all the way through, I actually showed you my craft room such as it is at the moment. Okay, I think that'll look okay. And then these little things, I'm not even going to ink that. I can't use this, it's too big. Okay, so they're too big. I'm going to have to rethink some of the things that I'm putting in here. Did I say I can't use that? It's too big? I can't remember. Told you, I'm losing the plot. That's too big. I could cut it down. And tick it, probably too big. Well, I think it's still going to work. So the letter needs to go up in the top. The flower contrasts better down there. Little mushroom there. My little labels can go there. We're missing one thing, and that's because I took this tile out because it is just too big. I wonder if I can cut it. Did I say that about the other thing? I'm feeling like I'm repeating myself now. Let's see. Yeah. I'll be spewing if I get this. Oh, I just cut it in the wrong place. I'll be spewing if I get this cut down and it doesn't fit. I don't like this sticker. I'm feeling a bit contrary at the moment, so what I'm going to do is cut down this heart, and hopefully I don't completely wreck it. These are fun to make. I have to do a video on them one day. Now, should I ink them? Just a little bit, I think. So they can go in there. So I'm actually going to attach them. I don't like this now, that butterfly, to that card. It's just a die cut one. It doesn't go on there though. That would look better. I'm looking for contrast. This over the top, and now they're in pockets. Oh, you know what? Should I sew that? And then how am I going to get things in there? Maybe I could put them in, glue them down, and then sew it, so they're sewn in. Okay, I'm going to glue them onto here, which you wouldn't normally do. Oh, you do. You sort of attach them. That letter's too big, I reckon. So I did make some small letters when I was thinking that this prompt was something else. That's cute. That can go in there. And I should find a smaller key. I think I said I was looking for a smaller key. Well, I found a smaller key, and I found a little teddy bear. So I'm going to pop that in as well, instead of that flower, which is too big. And I'm just using art glitter glue to glue everything on to the backing paper. I don't want that key next to that brass thing, so I'm going to swap the mushroom over. I think I'll put that there, put that there, and then put that up there. Okay, so let's get on with this. So in the real world, these things would probably be held on by, they'd be attached to a little card and maybe held on with some the little glue dots, the ones you can take off. Why did I decide about sewing? I probably could now. I just have to be really careful with this one. No, I'm not sewing it. I'm going to staple. So I've got my really old stapler. I had this when I was working, and it's so old. That used to have my name written on there. But I left that job over 21 years ago. So that's how old the stapler is. I took the stapler with me. Come on, every now and then it doesn't work properly, probably due to its age. I'm going to leave it as that. And the other thing I need to make is my specimen. I do know what I'm going to do there. That was fairly easily sorted, that one. So I can glue this down here. So I'm just going to ink around the edge of this. Should have done this first. Okay, I'm going to glue that down there. That can be a pocket. All I need to do is put something on the back of it to stop things from catching on those staples. Yep, that'll work perfectly. There's one exposed right down the bottom, but that won't matter. So I will, just need to get rid of that. You can see it from the other side. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down. So I'm just going to glue there and there. And then it can be like a pocket, a side goodie thing, you know. And put stuff in. It's glued here and it's glued there. Okay, I need to leave that to set. So I'm going to put it aside and put a weight on it. This is going to be my specimen. Maybe one of these squares would work. Okay, let's cut one out with a bit of room around it. Okay, so you just need strips of paper. Okay, so I'm going to glue, it's hard to see, I'm going to glue a strip across there, strip down the side and strip down the bottom, and hey presto, you have a specimen card. So I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to trim this top one off a bit. So that's going to be there. And then I'm going to put 2 strips on the sides. I'll leave that little frame showing. Once everything's dried, I'm just going to trim that up a bit. Okay, specimen card done. Just gonna clip it on. That's my mini pocket letter. My letter and my gifts for my pen pal. And that I'm just going to clip onto there. And I haven't put my label on, but I'll do that later. Maybe I should put that somewhere else. I don't like it there. There. Yeah. I like that. Really like the specimen card. I'm going to make some more. I think I should have made it, put the side bits on first and then the top and the bottom. But anyway, I think it still looks beautiful. Alright, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you haven't got time to leave a comment, you can just leave me a heart or a smiley face or a thumbs up in the comment. Really appreciate that. And you can also share this video with your family and friends. And don't forget to subscribe if you are not already subscribed. That would be very, very good. Okay, hope you've enjoyed that and it's given you an idea. And if you were like me, scratching your head at what a pocket letter was, well, now you know. And it's so funny that I actually had received some. I didn't know what they were called. But okay, thanks for watching. Hugs and cheers from Australia. Hooroo!